Howdy y'all, Twitchonium here, coming at y'all today with another March of the Machine quick draft. See if we can open up a Elishnorn finally. Not quite, but some interesting things to potentially go with in this draft, or in this pack rather. We've got Rankle and Torbrand, which I tried to do once, but I don't think we even ever drew Rankle and Torbrand in that deck. So I'm a little tempted to just take that and try and force it a little bit, especially since the draft format's coming to an end here soon, and be fun to try something I haven't done before, or at least successfully. Atris is also a very strong card. It's always going to draw you cards. It's a menace. He's not like a crazy bomb, but always going to 2-for-1 you, if not more. Definitely one of those two. There's some strong other cards in this pack. Invasion's great. I mean, Vanquish and Cut Short are kind of like mid-tier removal spells. Wary Thespian has just been a house for me. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Rankle and Torbrand, I think. Actually, I don't know. Black-blue is my favorite color pair, so maybe that's a reason why we should do Atris, but we've done a lot of black-blue. Yeah, let's just take the Rankle and Torbrand and see if we can make that work. Oh my. Well, now I'm tempted to run or snag Yarok here and then just stay open to one of those two being our direction. I don't think I want to try 4 colors, especially with the double black, double red of Torbrand. If we take something for Torbrand out of this pack, what are we taking? Like an Informant, which is super unexciting anyways. Maybe like a Berserker. Also pretty unexciting. I'm just going to take the Yarok. Would have been way nicer if we had taken Atris in the first pack. That would have been a sweet follow-up to that, but we'll see which direction we end up going here. Well, black-blue seems like it might be wanting us, might be calling to us here. And it has an ETB effect. Is Cascade an ETB effect? No. Cast trigger. Now's when we kind of need to make that decision. I'm either taking Fearless Scald or Halo Forager here, I think. I mean, Emoti's pretty good too, even though she doesn't trigger Yarok. It's, I mean, another 2-for-1. Hmm. 3-4 for 5 is good, but not amazing. I think I'm going to go the Yarok route. I haven't done that either successfully, and that seems like a fun 3-color shenanigans thing to try. Of course, now we see Stoke the Flames, which would just be awesome with Rankle and Torbrand. Is this permanence? Oh, it is permanence. Excellent. So we'll take Ilgrotha, and that's just a sweet double up with Yarok there. Backup is an ETB effect, but I think we're going to need to snag a Surveyor if we are going to try and do this 3-color nonsense. And it's an ETB effect for Yarok, so double dipping. Now we get a sweet 2-drop. Probably should take the Fertilid's Favor. It's not that exciting, but the kind of thing I think we're going to need. Well, now we'll take Burgeoning. Yet another ETB effect for Yarok. I would love to get an Unsealed Necropolis or so in this deck. Would be nice for making sure we can get Yarok back. Well, another ETB effect that is just on a creature I would take already anyways. No ETB effect, but big creature for the top end. Helps us fix our lands in the 3-color deck. Don't think we want any of these. Probably don't want to run this, but we might. Jury, just in case we end up in the Rankle Torbrand direction still. Because it's possible we pivot back and drop some of these green cards. Alright, interesting start here. Ooh, and an on-color rare. 2 on-color rares, in fact. Which one is this one again? That's pretty good. I mean, worst case, it's a 2-mana 2/3, which is already above stat line. Karuga, though, could just be a fun thing to do. It's also an ETB effect for Yarick. Like, if you Karuga with Yarick on the board, you're just going to draw a ton of cards. That's tough. I don't think green is going to need that much help with the land stuff. I think I'm just going to take the Karuga. Just have a big splashy bomb. Plus, maybe we even wheel like a Thespian or a Burgeoning out of this pack. Or even the Thornwood Falls. We have a lot of good options we could wheel out of here. Alright, well, we have another rare we could take here. Another 2-drop. The Butcher is not the best if you're not in the dedicated Phyrexian deck, but we're going to have at least, what? No, maybe less than I thought. 1. Probably not 2. Yeah. So it's really just going to be a 2-2. So I think if we're taking a 2-drop, I'd rather take Finn or the Thespian if that's the case. Maybe also Cosmic Hunger would be an option. I think I like getting another 2-drop here, actually. And Finn might be the kind of thing this deck needs. Although, the Thespian's just so good. I'm just going to take the Thespian. It's an ETB effect as well. So now we take Ulgrotha or Final Flourish here, I think. Probably Final Flourish, since we have the Forager we'd like to get some instant and sorcery-based removal for. But I would love another Ulgrotha to go with the Yarick. Definitely feeling like blue is going to be our splash color here. But we've already got a couple of good ways to fix, so I don't think it'll be that big of a problem for us. I guess Kavu. I'm not really looking to mill 6 cards with a Yarick freewheeler combo. I'd rather just put 2 counters on a thing, I think. This pack is actually a bit tricky. I'd love to get a copy of Unseal or a copy of Eyes of Gataxias, but I think both of them are weaker than the flying 2-drop or the top-end creature that can draw us cards. And specifically because it has an ETB effect, I think I'm going to take the Gargantua here over the Aerialist. Although I would love to put an Aerialist in this deck, since it's our splash color. Having it as a 2-drop, not as exciting. Well, there's another Aerialist for us if we wanted it, but I'm just going to take another Surveyor here. 2 Surveyors and a Burgeoning, and we're pretty much set on fixing, I would say. Now we can take Renata or the Sailback. I'm not sure if each other creature enters the battlefield with a +1 counter on it triggers with Yarick, but let's try it out. Sounds fun. Another Halo Forager. We're going to be in the same situation we were in that previous deck, where we have a bunch of Halo Foragers and very little removal to actually use with it. Alright, I'm going to take another Thespian over the Burgeoning. Since we have these Surveyors, the Burgeonings aren't as necessary. I would definitely play another one, though. I actually kind of like Seat of Hope in this deck. Just to try and find Yarick, since I'm building so heavily around the ETB triggers. Probably not, but it's another ETB trigger, potentially. Deck's not looking too bad, though. Oh, well, I was about to snap pick Tidal Terror to help with our splash, but maybe now I take that Unseal while it's an option. Would like a Tidal Terror. Be a nice top-end fixing thing. Oh, we got 2 Juries. Could have had a reasonable Rankle and Torbrand deck. Yep, the Ares Warcrafting would have been another good addition to that, but we have a number of pretty good options for us. I think I'm going to take the Instructor here. I wouldn't mind the Cosmic Hunger or the Skyline, or even the Port and Tracker, really. But I think we need to finish off our 2-drop slots here. This deck is going to want to be pretty, curve out aggressive, I'm thinking. Get to the bigger, meatier things. And now we'll take a Vanquish the Weak. Ooh, or we could take a Dispersal. Nah, blue's our splash, and it's a light splash, so I'm going to take the Vanquish here. Alright, now we've got the Pest, potentially, for our splash. We have a lot of 3-drops, though, and some we're probably not even already playing. So maybe I'd like a Hermit as another 4-drop here. Could take an Eyes of Gitaxias as some card draw. I think those are the three I'm leaning towards the most. I'm not a huge fan of the Moloch. I was pretty high on this at the start of the format, but coming down on it a fair bit. There's just so much that it trades down into, I should say. Like all these Wary Thespians and the like. I think I'm going to go with the Hermit here. It's an unexciting card, but might be the kind of chunky thing we need. Oh my, well, this pack has all the things that I'd like to round out the deck with. I'd love a Tandem Takedown. I'd love the Final Flourish, which is probably what I'm going to take here. Converter Beast would be another sweet ETB effect. In fact, making 2 5/5s for 4 is pretty sweet. Man, I'd love to get that card in this deck. I think we need the Final Flourish, though. Takedown's good, but double green in a 3-color deck, and sometimes it's a dead draw when you don't have creatures on the board, whereas Final Flourish at least is a -2/-2. So we'll take that. And I guess now we can take that Freewheeler. Vanquish the Weak or Halo Charge Scab. I think Vanquish the Weak, yeah. Interesting. Now we can take Eldraine or Order of the Mirror. I would like a couple more 2-drops, honestly. But a blue one is not what I'm looking for, really. Eldraine, also not really what this deck is trying to do, though, so I think I will just take the 2-drop. Well, a Cryptomancer's not really a 2-drop per se, but it's one that fits that slot that I'm happy to play. Man, if only we could play a Wrath. Wrath is pretty good. Take an Inga. Hope we don't have to play her, but we might. So one 2-drop shy of what I would like. I spoke too soon. There's another Cryptomancer. And now we're fine. Ooh, we even got the Scab back. Alright, let's see what we're cutting. Probably some of those blue cards we just picked up there at the end. Okay, definitely not cutting anything off the top. Not cutting these. We probably are going to cut the Doombringer, maybe the Scab too. Favor I think we can cut now, although maybe not actually. We didn't get a lot of removal, so that might be one of our tricks that we need to keep on. Seed of Hope can go for sure. Let's pull all of our interaction-y kind of stuff out. These are kind of like interaction, but I'm going to leave them here. Invasion, I guess it's a permanent still, and I'm not going to cut that, so we'll leave it there. Inga, I think, can go for sure. Nezumi Freewheeler is likely on the chopping block. That means we need to cut 4, probably 1 Cryptomancer, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's maybe even the Order of the Mirror now that we got the Cryptomancers. 6 is more what I'm liking on 2-drops. That means we need to cut 2 more. Maybe we do cut the Favor. And if we put these back in curve, where do we want to make a cut from? Definitely here. Probably 3 drops. Maybe we do cut the Unseal. I'm cutting out some of the ways to try and track down Yarok, but I think we'll be fine even if we don't hit him. 1295, 773. Tempted to cut 1 island for 1 more forest. We have double green, double green, double green. And our blue is really like, this is a combat trick / protection late game or whenever. Yarok costs 5. The Halo Forgers are really the only reason we would need the island early. And even then, ideally, we're casting this for like 6 or 7 to play with a Vanquish or a Final Flourish. So I think cutting down on the islands will be alright. We have 2 Surveyors and a Burgeoning that can help us get there as well. The 3 Thespians to help surveil our way to more correct lands. Yeah. I think we'll give it a shot like this, and I'll see y'all in the matches. Welcome to round 1, y'all, where We're in a deck that has only like 4 cards with blue pips in it, and we drew 3 of them. But we did also draw an island, so that's something. It's a very slow start. I'm going to keep it, though, because 1 land, and we're on, track to really start doing some strong stuff. Ideally, it will be a swamp. But I guess if we can get to anything for the Surveyor, it's fine. Ooh, and we top decked a 2-drop. That's pretty awesome. Although we do have 3 Thespians in the deck. Ooh, and there's our swamp. We'll leave that there. I might play 1 Halo Forager earlier than, not hold on to one of the 2, but we'll see once we get there. Maybe we'll play it like something like this. Just want to have as many 3 CMC permanents on the board for Karuga once we get to that point. Blue-black from the opponent. Some scary colors. And goodbye Karuga or Halo Foragers. Or maybe even the Invasion. They're going to have a hard time picking for this. They might even ditch our Surveyor thinking that's the linchpin. Alright, one of the Foragers, okay. Little do they know, this deck is not a super great home for these Foragers, but we don't have to tell them that. Did they miss a land here? That would be a... Nope. They're okay. Alright, and an Etched Familiar. I am perfectly happy trading a Thespian into that if they would like to. Trading up. We'll take the drain, but there's another Thespian for us, and I think I'll keep it. And we'll just drop the Thespian as a 3/1 flyer. I'd like to Old Growth first before Karugaing, but since they know we have it, they're very likely to, or unlikely to toss out stuff just to die to it. Or they probably will toss out the thing that they care the least about first. But if we can keep them doing that and playing in that kind of mindset where they got to put their worst thing on the board to die, it's a good spot to be. Alright, Vanquish. Fair enough. Let's Thespian first here. Yeah, I'll keep a Final Flourish. Hopefully they don't mill our Final Flourish, though. This is the color pair that can do that a lot. Eyes of Gitaxias. Alright, so we will go ahead and swing our Thespian. Probably trade off with their 3/3 token. I guess I'll do both. No, I'd like to have the Surveyor around for the Karuga to get the extra card draw. So if they want to use this to trade, that's fine. We'll get another Surveil. There it is. So they could be holding like a final flourish of their own or something like that. Ooh, we'll definitely keep that one too. Yeah, we're one land off from doing it, but... Do I just toss Old Growtha down now? Nah, let's do Karuga and draw our card. They know we have Karuga, and we're not likely to get too much more value out of him at this point, so... Or her? Them? Not sure what gender a dinosaur hippo is. Doesn't really matter anyways. Removal for Karuga? Maybe a bounce spell or something. There it is. Alright, we will... Well, I guess we should attack first. Don't think it will matter, but we'll keep on Thespianing. And we will take one more land now, so we can play our Ancient. But then we're done with lands. We can stop drawing them from that point on. I guess that's not true. We might need 2 black for something. I'm trying to remember if we have any double black cards. Still no Yarick, and we've seen a fair amount of our deck so far. Maybe not as much as I thought. All those Surveils we actually kept on top. Ooh, that's a rough one. Goodbye land. And... Oh, this is tough. I think Old Growtha since they know we have it. Could always sack our Surveyor for the Flourish if we need to. Or we won't need to. Just fire that straight on off. Opponents had a lot of removal so far. Hopefully they're running low. Well, now they've got Merciless Repurposing mana up. Or I guess they already did. Alright, Oil Caster, sure. And a Processor, cool. Well, I'd love to draw some of our removal now. Feeling a little bit worse about firing off that Flourish at the Death Toucher, but it's okay. If I flip this guy, he's going to be a 3/3, so we could kill the Processor at least, which I think we should do. If they want to sack their other dude, even better. And no attacks, because I can't afford to have them flip the invasion over. opponent has started taking their very sweet time here. The less cards they have, the longer they're taking to think about them. Let's give them a nudge. Alright, what are they holding up on our upkeep? Nudge, nudge. Well, I guess this is how it'll be. I'm always curious about these, just, as to what's happening on the other side. Because you never know, maybe, like, they spilled hot coffee on their lap or something and they had to run, or... Yeah. But they were just here to click through that last turn after waiting for a bit, and then immediately it starts timing out again. Hard to say. Last one. Then we actually get to take a turn. Trying to remember how it works again. I can never seem to get it right. So if we take our turn and then they time out again, do they blow up? It's not just when they run out, right? Yeah. Oh, hey, look who's here. A little too late, but we'll play it anyways. Oh, look, they're back. And they very clearly have a Halo Forager of their own. They're looking at our graveyard, which it's either that or the 7-mana Breach the Multiverse one again. Both of which would be terrible news for us. And here we go again. I just don't get it. They were there, obviously, for a second. They were sitting here looking at our Final Flourish, our graveyard. And they're going to go ahead and go boom. Bit of a sad end to a pretty fun back and forth game there for a while, but I suppose we'll take it. See y'all in the next round. Here we are on the draw this game, and I think I'll keep it. It's a little suspect. We at least have another way to get a land in the Ancient if we need it. We've got a Karuga to refill our hands. We've got removal. Can't cast the Forager, and we don't have a 2-drop, are my biggest concerns, but we're on the draw, so we're already going to be a little slower than the opponent. So I think I'm okay waiting. And there's our island. Pretty sweet. If we can top deck a Wary Thespian here, we're good to go. Not quite. Alright, if they're Cryptomancering as a 2-drop, I am definitely okay with that. Likely they've got a bunch of Convoke cards that they need for it. Or they have ways to put counters on it, that too. Sure. Alright. I think we're going to go ahead and just vanquish this on our turn. I don't want them getting any more card filtering They seem like they're going to potentially be needing it. Or they are looking for it. And we'll take another hit from this. I don't mind trading off like a Halo Forager into it. That's also fine. Taking a big beating, but we'll be okay. Although I guess now I kind of want to hold the Halo Forager, so we'll just do the Wary Thespian. It still trades into the Cryptomancer unless they have a trick. Definitely will keep the Final Flourish. Works great with the Forager. Not against the Cryptomancer, of course, but against other things. Sure. They get to smack us again for 2 more. Alright, I do think I want to get a creature down this turn to chump with the Cryptomancer, so I'm going to play the Forager, unfortunately. I think I will actually play their Shapecraft thing, just for the card draw. Yeah, they'll hit us for 1 here or 2 here, but unless they remove our Forager. Yeah, we're not doing that. That'll be a good target. And now I'm glad I didn't block their 1/1. Okay, so we can vanquish one and flourish the other. So I guess it doesn't really matter which route we go. Although it does matter. We want to do this on this one. Just in case they had a 1 mana thing. And then we want to do this on this one. And we'll keep holding. Hopefully they'll just swing with their 1/1s again. Yikes, they're going to have a ton of width here. I'm going to eat it because I really want to have a creature on board, a 3-mana creature on board for Karuga, but that might be wrong. It also trades into a bunch of their stuff. Yeah, it's not wrong. Okay, so we Karuga first, see what we draw. Burgeoning, not the best. We might just be dead. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5. Not quite, but gonna be pretty close. We've got a number of, well, not a number, a few ways in the deck to incidentally gain a little bit of life, so hopefully we can draw into some of that. Our Invasion of Volgrotha would be a pretty sweet top deck removal and life gain. I feel like there's no reason for them not to just be swinging out here, but okay. Do I block with this thing? I think I need to at this point. And not an Volgrotha. I guess we do this first, so we can play both. And then I think we die. Or go to 1, unless they've got something, which very likely they do. Well, that gives us 1 more turn here. And not looking great, though. Alright, block a 3, and... oh, we can't even, we're just dead. Yeah, we were just dead on board. I thought we were, but my brain mathed wrong there for a split second. It gave me hope that we had 1 extra turn. Oh well. Shouldn't have kept such a slow hand, I suppose, but that's how it goes sometimes. See y'all in the next round. Here we are, and we're on the play this time with an okay-looking hand. It's a little land-heavy, but we've got all our colors, 2 Thespians to keep drawing into other stuff, and a reasonably sized creature to work towards. So we'll definitely hang on to this one. Still going to play our Thespian first before the Negotiator. And we'll keep a Forager on top, sure. Alright, let's swing on in. Play another one. And yeah, I think we'll take one more land. Or no, actually no, we have 2 black already. Let's and we don't need any more currently. So we'll ditch it. I'll probably end up regretting not having that 5th land in a bit. Alright, we'll swing with both again. Hope they trade with 1. Or they can eat 6, that's also fine. Yeah, definitely ditching that now. And we'll play our 4/4. Can flip it next turn. Then make them both 5/5s. And they're eating 10. Alright. So they're 1 damage away from death to an Old Growtha, so we just really need to hit them with anything. Alright, well, we'll do that again. They have to block both, and then we'll drop a Yarok on their face. There you go. That was a pretty aggressive start there from us. I liked that. See y'all in the next round. We are on the play, and I think I'm going to keep this. I really hate that we keep trying these Halo Forgers with nothing to do with them, but better to have some flyers than not have them, I suppose. And hopefully we can vanquish first before we start playing these. Oh, that's a nice top deck there. And we'll keep our blue source. Then we can go find a green with our Surveyor next turn, and we'll be pretty much set. We'll only need 1 more land to cast anything in our deck from that point on. I forget what this guy's name is, but I like this avatar. One of the New Capenna crime lords. I think he unfortunately met a unceremonious end during the Phyrexian invasion. Alright, an urn. Cool. And hopefully they play something that's vanquishable. And just like that. We'll keep on keeping on. If they play some more stuff that's vanquishable, we'll have another chance at it here. Just like that. Gonna play or swing with this guy. And we'll Cryptomancer him for I guess let's resolve that first. Sure. Don't want another land. Now we have all 6. They're 1 away from being able to earn our Surveyor, which is not terrible, but I'm going to play one of these just as a flyer. We don't have anything we can play, right? Other than that? Yeah. Just because we need some oomph on the board. Can't have a 1-2 and an 0-1 do all our damage. And if they want to spend their urn on a forager, that's okay. If they play anything that dies to vanquish, that's awesome. That is one that will die to vanquish, and it still will die. It also dies to flourish, though, sacking the Cryptomancer, which maybe I like that better. Nah, I think I like getting another creature down on the board. And now it's lethal if they just play a creature. If they blow something up with Urn, it's not. What are they gonna play? Hopefully it's a single big creature. Looks like it's gonna be removal. Fair enough. Gain some life, surveil again. Hope they don't have a board wipe. And they sure don't. Cool. Nice and quick one. See y'all in the next round. On the draw this time, and I feel like this is the kind of hand I kept last time that was too slow, but I'm tempted to keep it again. We can play everything in our hand. We got all our colors, way to draw more mana, removal. I'm going to keep it, and we'll see if I regret this. Can go get our second black with the Surveyor. Hopefully we draw a Weary Thespian right now. Renata's not a bad follow-up to our Surveyor, at least. Although, now that they've got Anafenza down, I'm just going to pop her real quick. She can get out of hand very quickly. Anytime they play a creature, they get to put counters on their smallest thing. That's fine. Let's play it. Do we play Renata first? Yeah, I guess we have lands. We don't really need the Surveyor at this point. That way we can Old Growth of this thing next turn. Or Surveyor to get a counter on it. Or when we do play it, at least. And hopefully they'll just spend this turn swinging at the Mercadia. Given their Phyrexian Vigilance, that's pretty good. They can flip their token with it. Also pretty good. But they're going to have Mercadia now, which is going to be a problem. If we top deck a black source, we at least can draw some more, but this thing gets out of hand very quickly. Yeah, I don't think it's worth chumping with Renata. This is going to be a tough one to get around. Yep, now a reasonable flyer. Okay, well, that's actually okay. Get a nice big creature that'll pump up Renata as well. Now we can block the flyer and trade with the 4/4. They could still go wide with this Flame Right, which is scary. It'll pump their team too. I guess if they pump the team, we can't actually block with Renata. Oh no, it's just +1/+0. It's not +1/+1. Yep. Guessing they've got removal of some sort, or else this is a weird play. They must, right? Or are they just doing the Flame Right thing? I mean, same thing though. We still can block their guys. I guess we trade off. They kill our creatures, which is relevant. Sure. Oh, there's the swamp we needed. Not bad, not bad at all. We're going to be able to vanquish with our Halo Forager now to get rid of the Flame Right, which is pretty good. They either have to discard what's in their hand to do it again, or they don't get to do it again. Yeah, if it was me, I probably, in their shoes, I probably would not have played this invasion. It's one of the weaker ones unless you flip it. And maybe they thought they could flip it there, but I think this would have been better served as a... What's it called? You know, a activation to discard for the Flame Right. So this feels like a trick of some kind. So I'm just, you know what? Let's block let's block the best and see what they've got. They've got nothing. They were bluffing. Oh, they just wanted to get the 1 damage on. Sure. This is going to be scary now. But we can kill that with the Halo Forager. Oh, any creature token, so that is a problem. What did they play so far? Nothing we can use. So Vanquish it is. And I think I'm just going to Thespian instead of Cryptomancer. Yep, ditch the land. Over half of our lands we've already seen. Block that. They can do 2 to that. Sheesh, so many lands. This is the game getting back at us, yeah, for not playing our Surveyor earlier. It's like, you didn't get that land out of your deck and thin it out, so here's all of them. We've even drawn into both of our swamps already. Or islands, rather. Oh, please use. Awesome. At least we got to make some use out of our Cryptomancer there. Blanked one of their removals. Now we can kill Quende. We'll send it like this. Hopefully they'll just chump a 1/1 off into our Surveyor, or even double block it. Yeah. 'Tis fine. I'd rather hit them in the face for 4 than swing a whole 4 to flip 1 damage of the Olgrotha. Holy lands, Batman. So many. Alright, a Cavalier. Oh man, what a top deck. Draw a whole bunch here, including a Yarick. Would have been nice to do that in a different order, but not gonna complain. And now they're in a real bad spot. Yep. Well, we were able to come back from them flipping that that invasion early. I still am not sure why they just killed off their Flame Right for nothing that turn. That seemed a little suspect, but take what we can get, and I'll see y'all in the next round. Welcome back. We're on the draw, and I think I'm going to keep this one. Any hand that has enough lands and a Thespian's a keeper in my book. Plus, I'd really like to actually play Yarick on curve for once, hopefully, and then get some use out of those, the ETB trigger effect that we built the entire deck around. We've gotten to cast Yarick like 2 or 3 times, but just haven't been able to make super great use out of the trigger yet. And we'll keep that last land. That's all we're going to need to hit Yarick. We might even Forager on curve here, depending on what they do. I kind of do like having just get some more 3-powered creatures out. It's not like we have anything we're going to be quickly using that the Forager could get anyways. Of course, I jinxed myself. But next turn we get to go Yarick, then Invasion to hit something for 6. Even their face. Very potentially the... a way to sneak a win out that they wouldn't expect with the double damage from that. But if they have removal, they're just going to fire it off at Yarick immediately here, so... I would expect Yarick not to be long for this world. Let's attack first, because they'll use whatever they have on that. But pretty sure they're just dead here. Yep. That'll be GG. Technically don't even need the doubling up from Yarick, but it doesn't matter. But it's fun that it's happening. Dang, that was a nice quick one. Good old Yarick doing Yarick things, even though we didn't need him to. See y'all in the next round. Welcome back, we're on the play, and we're going to have to mulligan for the first time here. Can't keep this one, sad to say. If it had a green instead of a swamp, I would keep it, but unfortunately not. This is better. Not great, but better. I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to ditch here. Maybe even the Surveyor, because we don't have any of our blue stuff that we need yet. That's tough. That's our first creature even. Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to ditch the Invasion here so we can at least curve out creature. Not a great start on this one though. And we're making a pretty good comeback here in this draft for a little while. opponent's starting off with a Dina. Go find an island. And a pest, alright. The opponent's on their own black-green value train here. Meh, I don't need to get in for the 2. I think I'd rather hold back blocks here. Can flourish something in combat next turn as a combat trick. That's a good one. Now I'm less inclined to flourish, so we can save it for the token. Okay, so if we shrink her, we can kill her. Can they sacrifice something? No. Oh, do I save this or not? Yeah, I think no, I think I'm going to use it, rather. Because I'd like to kill Dina now before she can do any Dina-y things. And then next turn we can refill our hand a bit with the Gargantuan. But we're going to eat some damage here, that's for sure. Or not. Cool. Is the game serious right now? Look at this. Holy moly. We've drawn like 2/3 of our lands, or like 3/5 or something. I don't know, math's hard. In the first like 10 cards of the deck. Crazy. At least the Ancient was a big clunky creature to top deck. Who Vat Keeper's gonna do a lot of work for them, especially on this kind of board state where we're just sitting still. Yep, if they've got a trick here, I'm gonna be feeling bad. Worthy trade, at least. At least until they start getting more 5/5s. Well, this is how we lose our draft, is to drawing only lands for turn after turn after turn after turn. Sure. Sure. I'm gonna chump because I don't think anything matters at this point. Yep, we have nothing in the deck that can come back from taking 13 this turn. What a terrible way to go out. Just all the lands, the crazy flood. Like, I complain a lot, and I understand that about flood and screw, but that was quite the excessive amount of flood. Much more than the normal complaint. Let's take another look at this deck. It was still a really fun one to pilot here. The Yarok, we never really got to take super great advantage of him, but just the threat of a Yarok was enough to get some concessions there. The Karuga might be my favorite companion. Karuga and Yorion are probably my 2 faves. Just card draw and blink, yes please. And Invasion of Ulgrotha always seems to do more than I expect it to for the cost. Like, for 5 mana, dealing 3 to something just doesn't feel like a ton, but the gain 3 always feels relevant. You can flip it into a flyer that can grow, which is relevant. Just does a lot of stuff. The Not Vold Hermit here actually did a great job for us, turning our Surveyors and Thespians and such into 5/5s. Halo Forager I love, but I think going forward I'm going to draft this less highly unless I already have the Final Flourishes and the Vanquishes, because we got both of these first before we got any of our removal, I'm pretty sure. So 3 Thespians is awesome. I would run 6 copies of this as all my 6 drops if I could get it. Like, it is hands down my favorite 2-drop in this format. The double Surveil just does so much, and then the stat line on this thing being 3 power is so good. Sure, it dies to tokens and stuff, but just a great, great card. Overall, fun little deck. Appreciate you all coming along on the ride with me today, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Take care, everyone.